Digital no contact on social media, messengers, and video platforms like YouTube. Welcome to today's topic, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Coach Tobias Forst, founder of Achilles Life Coaching, decade-long recipient of narcissistic abuse, and I've saved myself from it. And I will support you on your journey to your personal freedom. So as you are here already looking for some help with no contact, we will take a precise look at how no contact can look when it comes to that singular part of no contact among social media platforms, messengers, and video platforms like YouTube. Before we go into detail, the structure of this video is the following. We will go through the three topics: social media, messengers, YouTube, and we will analyze the how to establish no contact, and why. Why is it recommended? Specific to each of those three parts. That said, as you are here, you will be already quite aware of what no contact is. But to sum it up as briefly as possible, it is the most effective strategy out there to prevent narcissists from coming into contact with you on any and every level. That will enable you in turn to finally get your distance and to heal. No contact is a way of life, because you, ladies and gentlemen, just wish to move on. Not go back, not receive them back, but move on your own. So let's get into it. Topic number 1, no contact on social media. As of the time of the recording of this video, 2023, the most prominent at the moment are Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, and a few others. So if at any point there is a connectivity way, that a connection possible in two ways, like you being the follower of the narcissist and the narcissist is a follower of your account, I recommend that you cut both of those avenues. If there's only one, then it's just one. You will be done much more quickly. But you need to cut each and every social media connection that is there. That means, does the narcissist, let's assume it's your ex, for you ladies and for you gentlemen, it's your ex. Let's say him or her, they have more than one social media account that you know of. You will cut ties with each and every one of them, and you will block each and every one of them. On the other hand, in addition to that, if you have more than one account, let's say you have your private account and 1, 2, 3 business accounts, you will look for their account or accounts if there's more than one, and you will cut ties and block each and every one of them. Regarding your private account, your personal, let's say it's your personal Instagram account, set it to not public, meaning private, so that him or her is incapable of seeing the stories that you post, of looking at your videos, your follower list, or the people that you follow and interact with. This is vital for a few reasons, ladies and gentlemen. Because the narcissist will flaunt their new life out there while you will still be, especially while the two of you are still connected. And there might be interest on your part to see what he or she is doing. How can they have the next girlfriend, the next boyfriend already? Side note, because they've already prepared it long before you and them split up already. So they will flaunt the new lifestyle. Gentlemen, for you, if it's your narcissistic female ex, there will be poses and body parts that will be on full display, so that all the gentlemen out there, hopefully including you, will thirst for what they they might have if they only behave. Ladies, for you, he, the narcissistic ex, will present the new lifestyle and maybe the new soulmate, the new woman that is either paid for or doesn't see him for what he is yet. It's only a matter of time. Clock is ticking, as always, with these people. You don't want to see this. This is where we come to the why, ladies and gentlemen. The why is you want your wounds to heal, and for that it is highly detrimental if you digitally scratch the wound all the time by looking at what they're doing. And in turn, you're giving them the possibility to contact you again. Let's say it doesn't play out after a few weeks with the new woman, the new man in his or her life. And all of a sudden, there's the, hey, how are you doing? Miss you. We had good times. No, you didn't. And the good times were an illusion. You don't want to see anything, even when you think you want to see anything. And you don't want to read anything, ladies and gentlemen. That is why it is so important, so vital, to cut as cleanly as possible in each direction when it comes to social media. Topic number 2, messengers, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, one more thing I need to add. Sorry about that. Social media, topic 1, back again. When it comes to an account that you don't know that tries to contact you for the friendship list, the follower list, and you don't know him or her, I recommend that you do not accept the follow request if that account, because it's very likely to be one of the fake accounts that most narcissists, not all of them, most of them create in order to see what you're doing, who you're doing it with, where, why, when, and so on. To get leverage over you, to get information, because narcissists cannot handle no contact. Because by you employing no contact, you took back the power and all of the control. And this is something that does not compute in the minds of narcissists. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you, all of you, and me included, we are tools for these people. We are not fully fledged human beings for them. Only they themselves are. So, when it comes to tool ownership, like this pen here, I can do with it whatever I want. And right now, it's not interesting to me. But when it is again, it does what I make it perform. This is the same attitude they have towards you and towards me. They clap and we are supposed to move. But we don't, ladies and gentlemen, because we are people. And we have our own ideas, our own character, our own wishes and desires. So that said, if you don't know the account, refuse to accept them as a follower on your, let's say, Instagram page. If there are common followers that you have in common, like you see 2 friends in common with this account that is unknown to you as of this moment, feel free to screenshot that account and ask those 2 friends, do you know who this is? Is this legit? If yes, perfect, accept, communicate, whatever. If the answer is no, it might feel fishy. So don't accept them and grant this random unknown account access to your data, to your information. Topic number 2, finally for real this time, messengers. Right now, most prominent messengers, WhatsApp and Telegram and a few others. 3 steps I recommend for you to establish no contact. Number 1 is archive the chats. Number 2, save the chats on an external drive. And number 3 is block the number. Why is that the case, ladies and gentlemen? Archiving the chats prevents the pop-ups when you get new messages, so you won't be reminded. You won't be reminded about new incoming messages of this particular narcissistic individual that you wish to have no contact to. That's the one. Saving them externally prevents anyone from altering and or deleting parts of the messages or the entire chat. Number 3, the blocking prevents any new messages to bombard you with. Why should you archive and save the chat externally? It is for your own protection, ladies and gentlemen. It is for your own protection because there might well be incriminating information in there. There might be pictures that they don't want to be, him or her, the narcissistic ex, might not want to be shown to other people, not the employer, not the new girlfriend, boyfriend, or whoever. And especially regarding information, there's a certain case with a client from last year I can talk about right now, where having possession of an archived chat proved to be vital for a legal process. I have a client that last year had a situation where about a few months after the breakup, the authorities contacted him because there were allegations of certain physical, intimate acts that his ex-girlfriend, at that time girlfriend, apparently did not wish to reciprocate. I need to be careful how I phrase this. So this was a very big claim, and it was marked with a certain date as to when that supposedly happened. And the good thing was that my client and his sister, who the ex-girlfriend of his also contacted, the chats clearly proved before that said date, on that date and after, especially the ones after the date, towards the sister, proved that there was nothing going on that was not mutual, aside from the fact that at that point in time, for weeks, there was no intimate connection in any way anymore, while they were still officially together. Because in the texts, the WhatsApp messages for the sister, the ex-girlfriend with several markers of borderline and narcissism as well, and hell hath no fury but that of a woman scorned, as we know. She told the sister of my client, that we didn't even have an argument. There was nothing going on there, and nothing in the sense of arguments, discussions, or anything. So I don't really understand why he didn't want the relationship anymore. Armed with this information, thanks to him archiving and saving the chats and presenting them in court, it was a very quick way for him to get out of this legal process with the possibility of receiving very detrimental consequences. And in turn, back to you, ladies and gentlemen, saving this information will enable you to launch a legal counteroffensive to put these people in their place. Because imagine if you don't act and you don't force them to take responsibility for false accusations, they will just keep going. It's like you forgiving the narcissist. Oh, great, you're forgiving him or her. They can repeat and repeat and repeat. And that enabled my client to bring a legal process, legal consequences for false accusations against her, against the ex-girlfriend. All right. So protect yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Point number 3, YouTube and video channels. In contrast to going digitally no contact on social media and on messengers, it's different when it comes to video channels and YouTube, because you cannot proactively prevent people from finding you and reaching you. Because you want to be found by whatever you're doing. I assume that some of you have their own YouTube channels and you want people to find you. That's very good, because you have something to present, something to offer, something to help people with, of whichever kind. And we know that the web is full of anonymous users. Most of them are normal people like you and me. And anonymity in the digital framework is something worth protecting. This is nothing bad, this is something good, because it enables you and me and everyone else to put questions out there that will not immediately be associated with you, with your private person. Especially when it's something very close to the heart, very sensitive. That is one of the aspects why anonymity on the web is so very important. But there are a few rotten apples, as we know, and I'll invent someone. Let's call him Long John 8411. Okay. He thumbs a response on your video, on your YouTube channel. And he's very creative. It's full of word salad, gaslighting, manipulation attempts, and the praise, lies, praise sandwich. Just a second, I need to fix the Tomcat's intervention here with my cables. Otherwise the sound will be off. So we're at peace for the moment. Let's see. So you cannot prevent them from interacting with you proactively. But there is a singular function I highly recommend that you make use of. That is the button for Remove User from Channel. Apollino, hörst du auf? Remove User from Channel. And with that, something else comes into play. I recommend that you do not interact with toxic people in any way. And I'm speaking from experience, because there was a time, a long time, where I thought that with 10% of the toxic people commenting on my channel, on my particular channel, I need to make an example out of them. And it's very easy to make example out of lying idiots. But that is why I recommend you do not interact with them in any way, same as I don't anymore. It costs you time and it costs you energy. Let's assume for a well thought out, well structured comment on your part, as a reaction to them, to the Long John 84, whatever, costs you 6 minutes. So you can make an example of the moronic Long Johns out there, 10 people within an hour. Okay. There's a person, a normal woman, a normal man, that wants your help with something, and they reach out to you and they ask you on Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., would you have time? And you would actually have to answer no, because this is where I make examples of 10 toxic people on my channel. And aside from that loss of time on your part, which I wish to help you to prevent, it's also a matter of your own energy. There will be negative energy in your system before you comment, while you comment, and usually a few hours, for the duration of a few hours after you've commented. You want to save all that. They are not worth it. They know this. They see it every time they look in the mirror. They are not worth your time and your energy. This is exactly what they want. Some of them have baited me over the last few years, and I allowed myself to be baited, but no more for some time now. And I recommend you do the same. drop them in the ether of irrelevance with a single click reading remove user from channel. And one more thing as to the why. Why should you remove them? No interaction when they spill their word salad and the manipulations and the wrong accusations of whatever kind. You might be at a point already, like I am, where we're not affected by those words anymore. Because in my case, about 3.25 years ago, I left my own death behind me. Why would I care about the words of Long John 8:4-11? It doesn't affect me, so why do I recommend to still go no contact with these people? Because imagine this, you're coming on my platform. You're at the beginning, ladies and gentlemen, you right now are at the beginning of your healing process. And at this point, your emotions will be very, very raw and very susceptible to negativity. And you're thinking about commenting on a particular video on my channel, asking for help out there, and you already see 3 negative comments there, filled with bogus and other nonsense. And now you might feel intimidated, because if they comment on his channel, what stops them from commenting on your comment? And this is my task with my channel, to clean house, to separate chaff from wheat, as is your job. If you have your own YouTube channel, your own video channel, to reactively adjust who's there and who isn't, because there is a certain code of conduct in your digital living room. And that code of conduct is very easy to adhere to for mature adult men and women. And that code of conduct, I assume, on your channel as well as on mine, is very simple. Being constructive, being polite, being respectful. And whoever is not will be dropped with a single click. There will be no 5 minutes of fame, and nobody will remember them, that they ever tried to set foot on your channel. What you're doing with this, what I'm doing, by not interacting and just removing them, is I'm protecting other people. People, as I said in this example, that are still susceptible to this negativity and want to express what they're currently struggling with. And I'm protecting them, as you are on your channel, from negativity of people who have failed at doing the homework with their own character. And these must not be the problem of you, of me, or of people approaching you on your channel, or me approaching me on mine. This is, ladies and gentlemen, how no contact in the digital world goes. No contact on social media, messengers, and video platforms like YouTube. Be your own hero and be your own heroine. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.